Thanks for joining us. I'm Alma McCarty in tonight for Blair Best. Let's first start off with weather. I'm here with meteorologist Joe Ranieri. And Joe, we really lucked out these past 2 days, but Sunday may be a different story.
Yeah, hopefully if you have any outdoor plans, you get them done today, because tomorrow it's going to be pretty much nasty from beginning to end. We'll be seeing some rain showers, and then those rain showers turn into more scattered showers by the later part of the afternoon and into the evening hours. But first, I want to take you to where we are seeing a little more of that sunshine, and that is along the central Oregon coast over in Lincoln City, where we're seeing a temperature of 56 degrees. We'll have that ridge of high pressure in place the rest of your Saturday night, but as it starts to break down, we'll be ushering in some changes heading into the overnight hours. Right now, we just saw a temperature of 60 degrees. That's probably the high for today, right around the upper 50s to low 60s. One of the warmest days of the month, which is kind of a bummer to talk about, because typically we see at least a handful of days throughout April with temperatures maybe 70 or above. We haven't hit 70 yet this year, and up and down the I-5 corridor we saw temperatures in the mid to the upper 50s earlier this afternoon. Right now we are dry, and I'm expecting us to stay dry the entire evening and into really early tomorrow morning, but right around 6-7 o'clock we'll start to see some rain move in throughout parts of the valley and up and down the I-5 corridor. So this is the system that we're looking at right now that's going to be brushing by. There's another one behind that, and yeah, Alma, there's another one behind this one too that arrives tomorrow. So just to get ready for another round of cool and wet conditions. I'll break it all down for you coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Joe. Now, we have some sad news to pass along tonight about a longtime Oregon leader. Former Secretary of State Bill Bradbury has died. Bradbury was a member of the Oregon legislature and served as Secretary of State from 1999 until 2009. Governor Tina Kotek is remembering him as a warrior for the environment. Since leaving office, he's been giving presentations on the impact of climate change. Senator Jeff Merkley is remembering him for his work with small businesses and rural and coastal Oregonians. While Oregon State Senator David Brock Smith said Bradbury was a champion of Oregon conservation. Bradbury was 73 years old. And over in Washington County, sheriff's deputies were busy yesterday arresting 2 suspects in 2 separate hit and runs. The first happened around 12:30 this morning on Southwest 209th Avenue and Johnson Street. Sheriff's deputies said a suspect almost hit a car head on and then crashed before running off. They later arrested 22-year-old Carlos Ornelas. He now faces several charges, including hit and run, reckless driving, and criminal mischief. The second hit and run happened at 5:30 in the morning. Deputies say 24-year-old Michael Vasquez hit a tree near Southwest 178th Avenue and Augusta Lane. One person was sent to the hospital with minor injuries. Investigators say Vasquez tried to escape the area in another car but was arrested. He now faces DUI, felony, and hit and run charges. One man was hurt following a shooting in McMinnville that happened this morning around 3 on Southwest Baker Street. McMinnville police say they found a 36-year-old man shot in front of a home. He was sent to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No word on whether a suspect or suspects have been arrested. And developing tonight, 6 people were arrested and charged during a child predator sting in Washington County. 2 of them, according to detectives, were men who work with children. I looked into this week's undercover mission.
It's terrifying to have kids that are on social media that are exposed to that all the time.
Shock and confusion for parents at St. Pius X.
If maybe he doesn't have a record, or how did these people get involved in the Catholic parish? It just makes you question.
The Washington County Sheriff's Office arrested and charged the director of music ministry for the church and for the school, 29-year-old Sean Baba, during a child predator sting. Also arrested, 26-year-old Tavari Jenkins, who works as a director for Club K, an after-school program for kids in the Wilsonville area. 4 others pictured here also face child luring charges.
Our goal is to go out, and if we can find these people who are looking for children, but have them find us before they find an actual victim, obviously we want to interrupt that.
Detective Mark Pavolny with the Sheriff's Office explains undercover officers gave the people they were chatting with on various social media sites and platforms an opportunity to walk away. He says several ended the conversation then and there.
We say we're underage and we give them a specific age, and then they end the chat or say that, that's not okay and walk away, which is great. I'd love to do a mission where we don't arrest anybody because every single person doesn't show up. Unfortunately, that's never happened for us.
This time was no exception.
They are still engaging with those profiles, knowing they're a minor, having specifically inappropriate conversations, and then showing up.
Detectives believe there could be more victims out there.
We know from doing this work that every time we've done these missions and put out the photos to the public, every single mission we've had tips come back in, and that includes this mission. We've already had tips today about concerning behavior.
Detective Pavalny said the specific app shouldn't be the focus since this can happen on any of them. The sheriff's office says missions like this underscore the need for internet safety and for parents to keep an eye on their children's social media pages and also keep open lines of communication so kids feel comfortable telling a parent or adult what's going on. And a heads up to commuters, major MAX work begins tomorrow. Train service will be suspended between Northeast 7th Avenue and the Gateway Transit Center for the next 3 weeks. This means that anyone taking the green, blue, or red line east of 7th Avenue will have to switch to shuttle buses for that portion of the trip. This includes trips to the airport. TriMet says you should plan for 30 extra minutes each way. And now a happy update. A dog that was stolen in a pickup truck in the Dalles earlier this week has been reunited with her owners. The pickup also back in their possession. Both were located in Gresham after thousands shared the story on social media and kept eyes out on the road. We caught up with the Corbins and with the woman who happened to be in the right place at the right time.
We are just so thankful she's home. I think she's so thankful she's home.
Ida, the Corbins' 1-year-old German short-haired pointer, back with her family after a nerve-wracking couple of days.
She hasn't missed a beat. She's perfect.
She was very hungry, and we gave her some cheeseburgers. She was so excited to eat and just passed out in the truck. She slept the whole way home.
Sean and Jean Corbin and their children, Cleo and Finley, couldn't be happier.
I couldn't believe it. I didn't think it was true.
Yeah, it took me a couple hard days to finally process what happened, but having her back really was just amazing.
They couldn't believe someone found her, and Chris Dowell couldn't believe she was the one to do it. Here in this Gresham Hotel parking lot on Friday.
This dog just came up to us, and I am actually not the dog person in my family. It's my daughter, and so just came up to her and I was like, I was pretty sure this is the dog I saw in the news. So she's petting him, and I'm looking at KGW, and sure enough, that was the dog.
At the time, the Corbins, who live in the Dalles, were in Gresham after a couple of people reached out telling them they'd spotted the truck.
Chris Dwell called and said, we have Ida. And I was like, no way. So I'm clicking to find her, and I find the photo, and it is Ida.
Eventually, Gresham Police called back and was like, hey, they're on their way. And then the owners called me and was like, we're really close. Oh my God. All of a sudden I hear this voice, Chris. And so I get out of the car, and she goes, I have to hug you.
Gresham Police said not only did Chris find Ida, she located the missing pickup nearby. The Corbins call this reunion a blessing.
Well, when your dog disappears in a town of, 2 million people, what are the odds you're going to get your dog back? So that was just a gift right there.
And Chris couldn't agree more.
I truly believe there's more good in the world than there is bad. And so this is just an example of humans being good humans.
Gotta love that. Well, we reached out to Gresham Police to find out more about the person who stole the pickup from the Dalles. At this time, we have not heard back. And little Ida was not the only dog returned to their owner. A 4-month-old French bulldog named Hank is also safe and sound after Hillsborough police say he was taken away by a stranger. The suspected thief didn't get far. Officers were able to find them 4 minutes later. That suspect was arrested, but no word on the charges.